Recording in What's up, everybody?
Hey,
Two
good.
metalheads here. Um, I went to a concert last night. That was pretty fucking cool. Did you get a chance to listen to that Nomad album from Richie Kotzen?
No, I haven't had any time.
Gotcha. Um, yeah, so I saw Richie Kotzen last night at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut, which is like 10 minutes away from my apartment. And it was fucking cool. I
How,
love the sound in that place.
is it a big place? I don't think I've ever been there.
500 seats.
Oh, that's good. All right.
And the layout reminds me a lot of the Paramount Theater in Peekskill.
Oh, okay.
It's very much got that same kind of layout where, like, the rows go down, go into the stage, and all that. It's got a very similar layout and look. The sound in that place is fucking awesome.
So it's mostly seats.
It's all seats.
Oh, that's good. I kind of like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you're not gonna be moshing to Richie Kotzen anyway,
No.
but yeah, it's cool that it's all seats. I mean, being a gentleman of a certain age now, I appreciate that it's all seats. But yeah, he was very good. He did a lot of songs that I don't know because I don't have a ton of his solo stuff. Before last night, I had three older albums and his new album. So he did a lot of shit that I didn't know, but I thought that that was kind of cool because it got me into more of his stuff. He's got some rockers, but then he's got a lot of like blues and R&B influence, even a little fucking smooth jazz
Hmm.
sprinkled in sometimes. Um, he loves Stevie Wonder, so there's like a lot of that in his sound, like classic R&B kind of shit. Earth, Wind and Fire, he's a big fan of. But yeah, he kicked ass last night. I definitely suggest going to see him if he's going to be anywhere near you, and go buy his new album, Nomad. I got a copy of this last night at the merch table, autographed brand new vinyl with he was packaging it with a live DVD from 2015.
Hmm.
So you get a full concert DVD and the brand new album signed for 35 bucks. It was stupid cheap.
Wow.
He's practically giving them away at that price. And then I also grabbed a couple of his older CDs he had packaged together, Salting Earth and Cannibals. And he was packaging both of these CDs together with another copy of the live DVD for 20 bucks. So I bought that and I gave one of the DVDs away to a guy that was like lurking at the merch booth. Just fucking gave it to him. What do I need two for? But yeah, it was very good. Great killer lead guitar player. He picks with his fingers.
Yeah. Was he sitting
Um,
at the booth?
no, he wasn't at the merch booth. He does VIP meet and greets.
No, okay.
So I could have met him if I felt like spending 150 bucks, which really ain't all that bad.
Does that include the seat?
What's that?
Does that include the seat or?
I don't think it includes the ticket. They usually don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I only did that once, the meet and greet, and it was Symphony X. But I think it was like 35 bucks.
Oh, that's fucking nothing.
Yeah, and they gave you like one free thing of merch and a poster.
Nice.
Like you got a hat or a shirt if you whatever you wanted and a poster, and you got let into the venue before anybody else.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Did that include your ticket or no?
no,
Okay. Yeah, they usually don't include the ticket.
no, but it was Symphony X and Iced Earth, so yeah, it was gonna be the ticket was I think it was probably like 75 bucks or something.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, I mean this was probably 2011 or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What venue was that?
Uh, I I think it was I think it was the Best Buy Theater. I don't know what that is now. It might be Sony. Well, it was Sony after that for a little while,
Oh yeah.
and I
Yeah,
don't
that's right. And
know.
I think I think now it's the PlayStation Theater, I think.
I think you're right. Well, that's Sony.
Right.
Yeah.
But it had like 100 different fucking names. It was like the Nokia, and it was the Best Buy Theater, and it was something else. And now I think now it's the PlayStation Theater.
Yeah, I mean,
And that is downstairs for actually, I don't know if MTV is still there, but the upstairs to that place was MTV headquarters.
oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, the last time I went there was to see Demons and Wizards. That was a long time ago. You know?
Yeah, that's going back a few years.
Yeah. I guess not that long ago, but yeah, probably I would say probably 2017, something like that.
Yeah, definitely before COVID.
Oh yeah, it definitely was before that. I mean, because John wasn't in jail. So, you know,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of that venue, so I wanted to talk for a minute about Jane's Addiction.
Mm.
They just had a really infamous falling out in front of the world's fucking eyes. Played a show up in Boston. Boy, great things happen in Boston.
It's gonna be a running
Fucking, it really is just a running theme. Wonderful things happen in Boston.
thing.
Um, they're playing a show, and all of a sudden, Perry Farrell flips out and starts unintelligibly screaming into the microphone, and then walks over to Dave Navarro and punches him right in the chest.
Yeah. And I mean, did you hear what he was? Well, I think it was his wife that tried to explain it, which is like,
Yeah,
should she explain it? Like, you're 65 years old, explain it yourself. You know,
right.
like- yeah.
Apparently, backstage, it got worse. I heard that Perry Farrell walked up to Dave Navarro again and punched him in the face
Hmm.
backstage. And then the two of them had to be separated again. Um, yeah, according to like, I think that was one of the roadies that was saying what happened backstage. And he was like, yeah, it's like, Perry Farrell's been having a hard time mentally. This tour almost didn't even happen, and he had to be like talked into keeping the shows going on because like lots of tickets have been sold.
Well, there was a lot of like a lot of things like, oh, Perry was saying he wanted all this stuff on stage, and it's like they're not playing big places. So the other guy said, no, I don't know if any of it's true. And also, he was saying, or his wife was saying, he can't hear himself, and the guys in the band did nothing to try to help him.
Right? Yeah, that's what I had
It
heard
is
from her
shitty.
account.
If it's true, it's shitty that you wouldn't. Well, maybe you should get in ears. You know, like, and you could control your own mix. Turn everybody
That's
else
very
up.
true.
But for whatever reason, it is kind of hard to sing if you can't hear yourself. You know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
But I don't
yeah.
know. Who knows if it's just a BS excuse? I don't know. A 65-year-old going over to a 60-year-old and punching him. I mean, like, you look like a child. You know?
Yeah. And it's also like I've heard that there's like mental health issues.
I wouldn't doubt it. But I mean, be a man and be like, look, guys, I couldn't hear myself last night. If it's happening again, you got to help me out or it's over. I'm walking.
Right.
Be a man and tell them. You just go punch them. There's plenty of times I've wanted to hit somebody, but gotta give them the gotta give them an out first.
True.
And if they don't take it, then maybe they deserve it. you know. But
Yeah.
I'm just guessing though. I don't know what happened, and who knows if that's even
Right. That's the
true.
thing
Yeah,
is we weren't. actually there.
But there's
So,
also plenty of times in the past where they've had ugly shit happen too. So
oh yeah, this ain't nothing new.
yeah, so who knows?
And also too, they have a brand new record coming out on Record Store Day next month.
I mean, I don't even care.
Oh, I'm not saying even I give a shit. It's
Yeah.
just that that record's gonna fucking sell now because apparently the band's done. They're not doing anything anymore. They're broken up again. Yeah, and this is like it's. I think it's two or three songs, and it's brand new Jane's Addiction stuff that they wrote. I guess to promote this fucking now doomed tour. And yeah, now that record's gonna be highly sought after. So come to Disc and Dat. We're getting it in. Come fucking check us out on Black Friday. We'll have it.
Huh.
Um, you know, speaking of that venue, the Best Buy, Nokia, PlayStation, Sony, whatever the fuck. I worked a show there once. Um, when I was still in Left in Ruins, our singer's girlfriend knew this dude who ran a series of shows called Road Recovery, and it's basically a thing where you get artists that are like kind of unknown, but they're like clean and sober artists, like recently clean and sober. You get a few of those bands, they play a few songs, and then you get some celebrities, and at the end of the night, they honor like a well known sober musician. So the honoree that night at the show that I worked was Wayne Kramer from the MC5, and people that showed up were Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains, which was really fucking cool. Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave. He had a new band out that I had never heard until that night called the Street Sweeper Social Club. That was fucking killer. Iggy Pop was there, and he was a fucking douche. Who else was there? Juliette Lewis was there.
Huh.
Yeah, she was singing an AC/DC song with Evan Seinfeld from Biohazard. And Perry Farrell was there. So, all the famous musicians are walking in, doing sound checks and shit. And like my job was just stagehand, like, make sure this guy's got the right guitar, make sure this dude's got enough drumsticks, make sure you clear the stage off after this artist and get ready for the next one. So we're going through all sound check shit. And Perry Farrell walks past me and he's just kind of looking at me. And I'm like, what's up, dude? And he's like, hey, man. And I'm like, hi. And he just had this weird, like he was acting like he was stoned or fucked up, but he wasn't. It was so fucking weird. And Iggy Pop acted the exact same way. And I wanted to take both of their heads and clunk them together like fucking coconuts because they were both awful.
So that California douchebag kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, and it's a sober event. So you're just kind of like, hey, man. And just that whole attitude just made me go, ugh. Fucking get any of his spittle on my shirt when he was saying hi to me. Fuck him and fuck his fucking kids. I don't know. Just, I never liked. Jane's Addiction has one song that I like. I never liked anything else that I heard. I never was really into their fucking style. I kind of laughed when this whole new thing happened because I'm like, that's what you get for being fucking garbage. I fucking like them anyway. And I just, they like, the guys from, I think it was Perry Farrell ran Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
So that's his festival. And like, he never wanted metal bands on, like, and that's kind of actually pretty cool because that's what sort of started Ozfest. was Ozzy tried to get on a Lollapalooza, and Perry Farrell was like, "Nah, we don't want you guys here." And it was like, "All right, bet, start my own fucking thing. Fuck you guys, eat my ass with your Lollapaloozers."
Yeah, I don't. I never. Lollapalooza was like it was similar to like the Warp Tour thing.
Kind of, sort of, but it was more like Warped Tour is like young pop punk kids, and I always felt like the Lollapalooza crew was like the dudes that are into like the weird avant-garde alternative music. Like if you're a metalhead, you wouldn't get it. You know what I mean? Like kind of fucking looking down their nose at everybody. Like fuck you, dude. You're still just in a band. Like you ain't no better than fucking Ozzy just because you have a festival that you named. Like suck my dick.
No, odds are that band was around for a couple of years and disappeared. You know,
Most of them, yeah.
well, the bands on Ozfest have most of them have been around for a long time now.
Yeah, a lot. Most of them are still going.
Yeah,
As long as the band members haven't fucking died, like a Typo Negative or a Pantera. But even Pantera is still fucking doing it.
yeah. I mean, I think you had to buy onto it, but like if you were, so a lot of labels would buy bands onto it so that they could get popular.
Right.
Or if you were a bigger band, you would make it all up in merch anyway.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
If you're fucking Slayer playing Ozfest, you're selling a shitload of shirts.
Yeah, I don't know if they charge some of the bands. I think this, like, I don't, it might have just been like the second stage they charged, and it was a lot. And I think
Yeah.
it was like $100,000, I think,
Oof.
and I think, and so a lot of the labels who, and this is when development was a thing, because there's plenty of times where you go, these guys are really good. All they need is to be put in the right places, and bam, not only will they get the money, so will we. Now
Yeah.
nobody wants to do that anymore, which, you know, is a shame because you probably miss out on a lot of good bands then. But
Yeah.
so they,
Yeah. There's a lot of underground shit out there that's just like, wow, why aren't these guys so much bigger than they fucking are?
yeah, there's no development really anymore. See,
Right.
a lot of the venues do the same thing. It's like, oh, well, you know, you're not, oh, you live 3 hours away, but you can't sell any tickets from here. It's like, yeah, we've never been there before. you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
if you book us a couple of times and people see us and then they don't want to come out to see us, then yeah, you probably shouldn't book us again. But if you get
Right.
us up there a couple of times and give us a chance, and then people start coming for us, what do you know? You did something. There's always times where I mean, in the past, you must have dealt with it too. You book a band, nobody comes for them, but they're really good and
Oh yeah,
they're easy to deal with. So, all right,
no
people
doubt.
will eventually start coming out for them. And there's
Yeah,
times when you book a band and nobody shows up for them and they're not great and they're pains in the asses, and you go, oh, I'm never gonna book these guys again.
been through that.
you know. So, but nobody wants to. It's, oh, how many tickets can you sell? And it's like, like uh, locally, okay, but you want to see music from these bands for a while, then help them develop. Like, get them out there. It's not like you're going to get nothing out of it. You might not for 2 or 3 shows.
Right.
That band, if there's always a small chance if that band does become popular, they're gonna remember the people that went, "Nah, we're not booking you," or "Yeah, fuck it, you guys are good. I'll help you out a little bit." They're gonna remember that.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I've done plenty of shows where I was like, "I'm never playing this place again." You know,
Yeah, same.
and then
Same. And I'm never booking with this booker again, and I'm never gonna play a show with this band again. Had plenty of that.
yeah, like there's a lot of shit that like, and then there's things that were easy. Like I hate selling tickets. I just hate it. Like
Me too.
the places think, oh, well, your band has 3,000 followers, should be easy. I don't know it. I don't know 10% of those people. You know?
Right. I don't know 5% of those people.
Yeah, I mean, my number was probably high, but like
Right.
I don't know most of those people. And even if I do, I'm gonna drive all over the place giving people tickets. They could show up to the show. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
I got to go out of my way, and it's not my job. I have to work too, and I got to go out of
Right.
my way to get these people tickets and collect all their money for you. How about you do something?
Yeah.
Like all you do is wait for the people to show up and collect the ticket and get the band's ticket money. It's not how it should work. You know,
Yeah.
people could
Yeah,
go.
it's very
People
true.
want to buy a ticket, they could go to the venue and buy a ticket. And
Right. They'll come to the show.
if nobody shows up to a band show over and over again, then stop booking them.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Pretty simple.
But anyway, I don't know. I went off on a different route there, but it gets in.
Yeah, it basically was just shitting on Jane's Addiction, and I think it's pretty funny that they broke up again in public the
I
way
don't.
that they did.
Is anybody surprised? Tell us if you're surprised.
I don't think anybody is shocked,
No, I doubt
which is funny because they have an album called Nothing Shocking.
it. Just like their music.
No, it is shocking how bad some of those songs are, but other than that,
I there's just bands I don't get. I don't get the appeal. I don't get how they got anywhere. I don't get it. And maybe it's not for me. And I'm sure plenty of people could say my music sucks too. But
oh yeah, no doubt.
but
Yeah, it
whatever.
goes both ways. I think there's a lot of people who like to listen to weird, off color, fucking catch you off guard shit to seem a little smarter.
Yeah, fuck those people.
I've always felt that way about jazz fans.
I think it depends on it. I think a good amount of jazz fans are musicians.
Yeah, yeah, I know a couple people that can't play a fucking lick that come into my store and buy jazz records, but I think you're mostly right.
But I also think there's different types of jazz. There's the jazz where there's all these notes that don't make any fucking sense. And like I'm not tooting my own horn, but I've delved deep into advanced music theory, and the notes don't make any fucking sense. They're all like they're purposely not making sense. They're all at a time. It's something you can't just write that stuff. You have to feel it, I guess. And
Right.
I don't get it. I hear
Me
it.
neither.
Oh, I don't get this, but people like it. But then there's jazz where they're not doing that. They're in time. They're on the beats, and it's just weird. And I'm like, all right, I can see why people might like this. You know,
Sure.
but yeah, that weird all over the place jazz. And like,
Where everybody's playing a different song in the fucking
yeah,
band.
it's like you're just hitting
Yeah,
every note you can hit, and I'm like, and I know people like I've heard my whole life. How do you understand this guy singing? He's scream like, and I'm I'm like, I get it. Yeah, listen to jazz. It's the same shit. I don't understand what's going on, but
exactly.
I should because of how much music theory. And you would think to play jazz, you got to know your shit, you know.
Yeah,
And I should understand it, and I don't. you know,
yeah.
there are certain guys and bands that I get, and I'm like, all right, I've seen that. A lot of it. So like the famous guitar player Alan Holdsworth,
Yes.
I can't listen to his stuff on an album or anything like that, but I've seen him play, and it was awesome. It was because you could watch him do it, and he's
Right. Yeah, you said
really
seeing him live was a different experience.
he was so good, and his fingers were I don't even it just looked like they're all twisted, and it was insane. But
Right.
without watching him, I couldn't. I even have his guitar cabinet. Well, it's back there buried. At the end of
Oh
the
yeah, that's right. I remember
tour,
you saying that.
I don't want this I don't. I'm done for this tour. I don't want this. You want it? All right.
Sure.
Sure.
A guitar cab from fucking Eddie Van Halen's favorite guitarist? Absolutely.
I should have had him sign it, but
Yeah, that would have been cool.
and he hung out at my my guitar teacher. He hung out at his studio a lot. So I was like, I guess I can come back one day if I want to have him sign it. I'll see him again. And then he died. So go figure. So I have no proof that it was actually his. So
Right. Yeah, but
I
fucking you
have
know it.
pictures of the show I was at, and
Yeah,
it's in the picture. But I mean, it's a Hughes and Kettner cabinet. It could take I could take any Hughes and Kettner cabinet and say it was that.
true.
But I mean, the fact that I've hung on to it for all these years, you know. But I don't know. Maybe like I wonder if Hughes and Kettner has a record of what they gave him. But
I would think they might.
you
If
might,
they're just giving them shit for free, they probably have it marked down somewhere.
they might. I mean, I used it for a little while too, but I mean, my name doesn't mean anything. Ultras does, you know. So
Right.
now that he's gone, there's probably tons of people that, and I don't use it anymore. I don't need to have it,
Yeah.
but you know,
Well, if you're watching this video and you love Alan Holdsworth and want to make Mario a fucking offer on the cabinet,
yeah, it's worth a shot.
I believe him.
I mean, yeah, I have no reason to make. That's a weird. If I was gonna make one up, I would have said like Michael Romeo or something, you know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's fucking, it belonged to fucking Randy Rhodes.
Yeah, yeah.
His mother gave it to me.
Alan Holdsworth stuff isn't gonna make me rich,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
but it was
A
cool.
certain kind of rich.
Yeah. Not even that. But I mean, he had Virgil Donati playing drums for him when I saw him, which was cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and he was a really nice guy. Hung out afterwards, drank beers, but it's odd that he was not as popular. I mean, this was like a small 40-person private. It was a private show,
Yeah.
so but it's surprising. Like it's surprising that he wasn't. He's a name among guitar players. That's pretty much it. You know.
Yeah, he's a guitar nerds guy.
Yeah, but
I mean, he really didn't write music that you wanted to fucking clear the shelves for. You know what I mean? It's like
well, he was
it's a
in
cool
what
thing.
was that band? Was it Berlin or something? He was in a band at one point that was
Oh yeah.
yeah in the 70s, I think.
Okay.
But then he got weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get that in a way. The more you learn, the more you hear that other people can't hear because they haven't learned that stuff.
Right.
And it opens your mind. And some people get too carried away with it, and other people, and sometimes just like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's fine. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and
You want to
hopefully other
experiment.
people want to hear it. I know I've gotten weirder but I tend to lean into the exotic as opposed to weird or
Right.
jazzy. I don't go that jazzy route. you know, but anyway, yeah. The point was there's some decent jazz, but a lot of it sucks.
I would say most of it, personally, from me, most of it sucks, and
Yeah,
the fans make it worse.
yeah.
The
It-
fans absolutely make it worse.
it's more of a it watching it in person. If there's guitar, if there's no guitar, I'm
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
Oh hell no. Yeah. I don't even want to hear about it.
No, if I want to see something without guitar, I'll listen to classical. At least I like that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I'll put on old hip hop records. That's about the only thing I like that has no guitar in it.
yeah. Oh well. Anyway, if there's anything you like with no guitar, tell us right down below us.
Blow us.
Yeah.
Do you hear about Gene Simmons?
No?
So Gene Simmons was on
Oh,
Dancing with the Stars,
I saw a piece of that. Yeah.
and I watched the episode because it was a hair metal episode.
They have Carl Winslow on.
Had Carl Winslow on, Eric Roberts. Um,
Giant basketball player, right?
yes, Dwight Howard, who's fucking 7 feet and makes his partner look like a fucking little person. Um, a really good looking Sports Illustrated model chick, and a bunch of other people that I don't fucking know who they are. Julian Edelman, I think, is one the football player on there. So like, these couples come out and they dance to a fucking song. They have a routine. And then Gene was one of the judges. And pretty much every time they went to Gene, he was talking about how beautiful and good looking the female performer was,
Of course.
which, but of course, he's fucking like 75 years old. Of course, and now people are like losing their minds that like it's offensive what he said. He's like totally being insensitive.
You go back to the 70s to now, Gene Simmons has been pretty consistently a douche. You
Oh
know?
yeah, no doubt.
I mean, and I
Absolutely.
like it, but
Me too.
but
The fucking God of Thunder.
they knew what they were getting when they put him on that show. He's never
Yeah.
changed. He's always been that guy.
He wrote and sang Christine 16.
In fact, he probably has mellowed.
I would assume he has. He's fucking 70, like 75 or 76, something like that. He's got to have mellowed a little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, they knew what they were getting. Don't blame
I
him.
would think if you had 1977 Gene Simmons on there, it would have been a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Would have been better when Ace Freely hammered.
Oh, that would have been the best. It would have made that episode so much better.
All right. Well,
So leave Gene Simmons alone, you bunch of fucking.
yeah, he's an old man. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
He's the god of thunder.
He's the God of Thunder and the War Machine.
That's right. See you later.
Bye.